so fascinated about, and I think so many people are interested, is your vitality secrets.
We set out to investigate the secrets to Dr. Fauci's longevity, starting with his brisk daily walk.
Obvious healthy living is one of them.
Yeah.
But the other thing is a purpose of what you're doing, where you feel like you're doing something that has an impact and you get very energetic about it. And that kind of sustains you. I don't get bored. I don't ever get bored. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you.
Purpose and, he says, his father's good genes.
He died when he was 97. In his 90s, his skin was so smooth and normal, and he never did anything cosmetically to do it, but he just looked so young.
But it's not just genetics. Fauci is an avid runner and former high school basketball player and has always been athletic and fit. But what about his nutritional habits?
I don't do anything in excess. I don't eat a lot. I almost rarely eat lunch. I don't drink a lot.
He agreed to invite me into his kitchen.
Christine is a much more healthy cooker. Like last night, she made swordfish, and we have fish a lot. So I love pasta, so I have pasta a fair amount.
What's your feeling on salt in your food?
I have salt in my food. I like salt. I like particularly garlic salt. My blood pressure is 122 over 64 with a pulse of 52.
Okay. Now, you don't add any additional pepper.
A little garlic, that's all. I was hesitant to put the salt in because you were going to give me crap about the salt.
At almost 82, Dr. Fauci still maintains a demanding schedule, waking up at 5 a.m. and working up to 18 hours a day.
Thank you so much for...
It's great to have you.
With such long days, I wondered about his social support system. And for that, I turned to his wife of over 37 years, Dr. Christine Grady.
He's got to have some annoying habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, here's an annoying habit. Almost every night, dinner is finally ready. And where is Tony? At the computer. He was just here a minute ago. He goes to check his email before the dinner.
Together, they have 3 kids. She's a trained nurse, has a PhD, and heads the NIH Department of Bioethics. She also lovingly and unofficially oversees her husband's health and wellness.
I was driving myself into the ground in the first few months of the COVID outbreak when you sort of said, all right, enough.
Well, because there was no end, right? There was no minute to rest. If I had said to him, you need to drink water, that would have happened. So I would go and put a glass of water in front of him, and then he'd drink it. Or the same with meals. And for sleep, I just said, okay, that's it. Computer's off, you gotta go to bed. So, things like that, which I think he needed at the time.
Dr. Fauci spent 54 years commuting here to the NIH, so I had to visit him at the labs that have kept him so sharp one last time. You're about to be a grandfather for the first time next year.
Right.
What is that like for you, especially in this next chapter?
Well, it's about time, I guess.
Does Dr. Anthony Fauci get on social media?
No.
No, definitely not.
I've never had to resort to that now because of the relationship I've had, with the standard press to be able to communicate things. But there may be a time in the reasonable future where I would use that. I wouldn't rule that out.
How do you think you're going to feel that day, your official last day on the job?
I have come and driven onto this campus every day, including almost every Saturday, and occasionally Sundays every day for the last 54 years. So the idea of waking up one day saying I'm not going to drive on the campus, it's going to be an unusual feeling.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do, sir. Thank you. He's like a rock
beautiful
star
piece,
in
yeah,
the
rock
medical
star.
community.
Somebody was coming up and wanted to take a little selfie with him.
Oh, he was
Pretty
mobbed,
cool.
yeah.
He talked about purpose. That's what I love. Have a purpose when you're trying
Literally,
to
it's a handbook for longevity.
Yeah.
Amazing, and we know hobbies can play into longevity and living a healthier, happier life. What are his hobbies? I know one hobby he's about to have is watching his grandbaby.
That's right. And I asked him about his hobbies. He said he reads. He tries to do a little reading before he goes to sleep, and he alternates between history and then fiction. He's a big baseball fan. I brought him some Boston Red Sox stuff, but he's really a Nationals fan. So he likes watching sports. He wants to travel. He wants to spend more time with his daughters and his soon-to-be grandchild. And then I suggested that he open a restaurant.
Oh, of
but he told me he could only cook one dish, and he made that for me.
It'll
so.
have lots of garlic.
That's
I know
right.
that.
It would.
It was cool what you said about the salt as well. But you know,
Whatever he does, you guys, for sure, it will have an impact, and he will be busy. He's made it crystal clear he's not retiring. He's just moving on to a different chapter.
and before we go, we can't let it go unnoticed, but the trust and the access that he gave you, that is so powerful.
That was really unique for us at ABC and for me, and there were a lot of people who wanted that exit interview, and he gave it to everyone, but he didn't make dinner for everyone.
He didn't cook for everyone.
Yeah.
We really appreciated
Well,
it.
thank you. Good job. Good job. Coming up next on GMA3, get ready to pick out some last-minute holiday gift options